whatever.
Hey, it's starting. Hi everyone, it's me, Seafoam Soldier. Today we've got the full family. What do they normally say? Family affair or whatever, I don't know. But yes, on Drag Race, what do they say? Keep eating the family or whatever. Sure. I don't know what they say. It's very sexual. Dad. Omar, I haven't introduced you yet. What are you doing? Okay, we've got Omar.
Hello, I'm back.
And Scott.
Hello. The best from the start.
It's going really well. So we've just watched the final. Actually, Scott watched it this morning. Omar, you watched it a few hours ago. What's your initial thoughts on the final, the last episode?
In general?
Just like general thoughts, like general summary.
One word, honestly, it's predictable.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I'd go with that.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
I thought it was quick. Like it didn't feel like there was a lot to the finale. It was very much like, do a rap, here's the end. There was no sewing or like costume. It was just a bit. Yeah, and then it came to like Omar was saying, like an inevitable conclusion, which wasn't a bad one. It was just a bit.
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't feel as epic, I suppose. Maybe because they did it not as part of a reunion. Like it felt like it was like we were into it. We were nervous watching it, but like it just didn't seem as epic to me, I suppose.
Yeah. It was rigor mortis, girl. No, okay.
That's all I was putting on Twitter. Hashtag
rigor mortis. No, I'm happy that she won. But yeah, the episode seemed shorter.
It did. I think they had what, like hour and a half long episodes for the first two. Then they shortened this one down to like this is like a standard episode then for 45 minutes.
Yeah, because normally they make two shows out of what we've just seen. Like you get a final with a task.
Yeah.
And some costume stuff. And then you get the reunion. And at the end of that, you get a decision. And this was just like, oh, and then there's the winner.
Yeah, I did feel about that, actually. Like, a lot happened, but we didn't really get to absorb it.
Is it going to be a reunion?
Yeah, next week. Yeah.
Cool.
It's weird. I don't understand. I guess we'll talk about it in a bit, but I don't understand why they didn't do the crowning as part of the reunion, like normal.
I honestly thought that they were going to do, okay, these are the top three. Next week at the reunion, we'll reveal who won, you know?
Yeah, I don't understand why they would do it this way. I can't figure out the reason.
Yeah, it just kind of gave you a bit of a meh feeling.
Yeah. Okay. Should we go through the episode point by point? Point by point.
It's up to you with your channel.
Yeah, let's do it.
You have the
order. As I said, I don't remember anything, so I need to write down notes so I can remember what actually happened.
You can't.
Okay.
Recall.
So I can't. It's true. I can't recall. I don't know. Wait, sorry, I'm on the wrong episode. Okay, so I was gonna say before the episode actually started this week, I actually switched from Team Katya to Team Alaska just from her music video. If you guys have seen it.
No.
Sorry, I haven't had a chance to show you guys. What do you think of it?
Which one? Because she has a lot of. She released one just today.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
The tea.
That was cool. It was very because everyone was in it that was on the show. Most people, so that I like that. But I don't know. It just felt a little more like, all right, guys, I won. Haha. Fuck you, ex-boyfriend. Like it was.
Oh, you think so?
It was cool. It wasn't great, but it was cool.
I feel like she's sort of taking the piss out of herself then the way she acted the week previously.
She has to, because she knew she won. And she knew she was going to get some backlash, so she had to do damage.
You think she knew she won?
They already knew the shit. Yeah, they filmed that a year ago?
It was a year ago. But they didn't film it 3 times then. I'm still not sure on this.
No. They filmed the finale a year ago.
But did they film it 3 times, the winner?
No. I don't think so.
So the whole Twitter vote thing was completely pointless.
Have they waited a year to find out how they won? That's ridiculous.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
Now that I mention it, that's a good question because they easily could have done all 3 winning, and then they finally reveal who won. So.
That's what they do. That's what I do every year normally, isn't it? So I just assumed.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. Maybe she just found out.
Redux on the chat is saying that he knew who won 2 weeks ago when they filmed the reunion.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Which explains a lot. Interesting.
Guys, like, ooh.
My opinion is always they would definitely, when they're in the studio, they would film the 3 endings, and that's to avoid, I guess, leaks. Yeah. You know, someone who's
like season, right?
A camera op would tell their wife, who tells someone who tells.
Well, Alaska,
out.
You know, Alaska's ex-boyfriend leaked like all the.
He was spilling everything.
Yeah, like everyone who went every week apart from the finale.
Oh,
Yeah, so like they already had it anyway.
That's why they film multiple episodes.
Yeah.
I'd just rather be leaked and still have a genuine reaction on TV. That's just.
I agree.
I feel like we really missed out.
But okay, but this is
I don't know. I think this show is so social media, like it's held together with so much social media that if it leaked, anyone who's online would know the answer.
Can't we at least have a live episode where we see it and it can't be leaked? It's it just
no, I agree. But we have
it.
something bigger to deal with right now. Then.
Sorry.
Because they announced who won 2 weeks ago, everyone loved Alaska back then. Everyone was like Team Alaska for sure. But then because of the way she acted last episode, you can see on Twitter, Katya got significantly more votes.
So they found out who won before the episode aired where Alaska was at point.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
This is confusing.
Yeah. But I think we got it right.
Rigor Mortis.
It genuinely is.
Rigor Mortis.
Yeah. I'm going to read
Melissa. I'm just kidding.
Melissa. Justice for Alyssa.
I'm justice for Alyssa.
But I would have liked to have seen Alyssa in the finals. I'm not sure she would have. She wouldn't have won it, but I think she would have. She could have. The entertainment value.
Her speech would have been worth it.
Do you think she would have knocked out Detox? Because it would have been obviously Detox or Alyssa then, who was top 3.
No, I think Detox still would have trumped.
Yeah.
Are you assuming that Roxy?
Oh, sorry. I mean, maybe Roxy would have been amazing. Like she has been every week.
Come on.
Sorry.
We got Roxy
We'll
Vendetta.
get onto that.
But don't you think so? What do you think about if it was decided a couple of weeks ago before the whole Alaska brat tantrum thing?
Well, before that tantrum, I was team. I mean, I've always been team Katya because I've always just loved her comedy and her humor and stuff. Because I kind of know people that are like that. But I already knew Alaska won. Like it's just so throughout the show. It's a reality show, so they're gonna tell. I'm almost sure they told her, all right, have a little breakdown moment, but you're going to win.
No, I don't think so.
Yes, totally. Like, it's a reality show. They do that for every single reality show ever made.
But Alaska, I don't think Alaska would have done it, though. She's got too much integrity.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
TV.
She loves this
place. She works for the whole Drag Race logo. She works for the company. She gets like a paycheck. So it's.
No way, you're probably right.
Drag conspiracy. This is kind of a conspiracy channel.
What, she'd already won. They're like, we'll just do it. It won't make any difference to the outcome.
And if anyone can get away with that, would have been Alaska, and it was Alaska. So.
And it didn't ring true. Alaska's smart and she's clever. Like that's not. This doesn't seem like the sort of thing she'd do.
I feel like.
I don't know. Like she said in the thing, she had never ever been in the bottom 2 ever until that week.
But
I could totally see that reaction as being genuine. I mean, it's pumped up by editing and stuff.
I agree with you.
It's definitely edited, and the show's a great masterclass in how to use music to manipulate an audience.
That's true.
Every single time you could say anything. You could say "I love Jesus," and like if they add the then it's like automatic shade to Jesus. Like you could twist words. You could twist words.
Yeah.
True. Okay. So should we go for the episode then? Sorry, that was a bit of a tangent. Right.
Come on.
So I said it started off with Katya sort of coming for Detox because she said Alyssa was like the most memorable, like the most impactful queen to ever walk through the doors.
Yeah.
So that's like quite combative, isn't it, to start off with?
And there wasn't enough of that. Like I wanted more like reflection on Detox's awful decision that she'd made at the end of the
lessons. I agree. No one really picked up.
No one really caught. Like Ru sort of did, and Katya did the best job of it. And I wanted kind of even Roxy to just kind of say, "What the fuck are you doing, Detox? I should have gone." She sort of didn't. She kept telling me this like, "I'm going to fight to win it." Like
no, but she didn't mean it. You could tell. No, but she had enough self-respect to not like properly get involved in. She's like, yeah, I'm going to try my best sort of thing. Like she's saying what she had to say. She was going through the motions.
Yeah, she had that moment. Was it a couple of weeks ago with was it her against Tatiana? And Tatiana went home for the second time, and she was even before that. She was like, you could tell she'd checked out, and then she was realized, okay, if they're going to keep me going here, I'm not going to be dejected. I'm going to go for it, and I think she did. And also, it's not the competition. This is thoughts on the whole season. We'll get there later.
Yeah. Okay.
Gonna get
So,
distracted.
but what I was saying, though, like a note from later on, a bit of a jump forward, but I'm sort of glad in a way Roxy did stay because, like, I think her looks were awesome. Like, I enjoyed what she delivered this episode. It was fun to watch. Like, she was never gonna. Whoever was like the fourth queen, Roxy or who went last, Alyssa. Like, they were never gonna win anyway. So I enjoyed watching what Roxy showed us.
I just think it's sad that we lost Tatiana as well.
I know.
And
a lot of people.
Sorry, Tatiana should have been at the top 4 over Roxy easily,
yeah.
or Alyssa.
But you know what? I would have said the same thing. But then people have been bashing her TLC look quite a lot online. I've been noticing.
Why?
They're saying like it was. It's not me. I'm not saying
those people are wrong.
Those people are wrong.
Those people are
like down, like hands down, like waterfalls, like epicness.
I thought it was. I thought it was cool.
No, it was great, but it was someone else's look.
And it was a total accident.
Oh, okay, yeah, someone else's look. And
it's
also,
like it didn't feel too much like Tatiana doing TLC. It felt like TLC, which is either a testament to how good she was at it, or that she kind of got swamped.
But I saw people saying stuff like the wig looked cheap and like the outfit was like pretty cool.
No.
I think she was supposed to go for like 90s icons, and then it was a pants theme. They changed it.
I loved it.
Already
Dad,
so she...
Dad, don't get aggressive with me because I'm not saying that. I'm just passing. I'm just a messenger. Don't shoot a messenger.
It was you. We saw you.
It was me. All my aliases.
I just feel like it was amazing, and people are just nitpicking. Like, oh, it's too good. It's too much like TLC. Like, come on, that's the point. Like,
yeah.
And it wasn't just like a Halloween getup. It looked really good. She had the dance moves. Like, if she didn't have the dance moves, it'd probably look a little like, what is this? You know.
And Tatiana's like the most convincing, like almost female impersonator of the drag queen. Like, she's incredibly pretty.
She is totally my Miss Congeniality. Totally.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, it probably will be there this season.
I think it should be. She was a good.
No. It's definitely Alyssa. Alyssa was like so nice, you know, like she was getting hate left, right, and center, and she handled it all really.
It's between those two then.
Yeah, I mean, Katya already won Congeniality, so she can't win again. I mean, she's already been like, she's already a sweetheart.
Yeah, everyone loves her.
Yeah,
she has that validation.
Katya.
True that. So again, we can talk about it generally, but I felt like it's a bit of a roller coaster with Alaska this episode because she started off not really redeeming herself at all. She just carried on. Like that's the thing that annoyed me as well because you feel like a lot of people what we chatted about last week was it was just like she was in the moment and that's why she's acting so appallingly. But then it's like the next day and she was still standing by everything she said, like she deserves to win. And
she's still freaking out.
She was no, but it was like, yeah, but is that an excuse? Is that still an excuse? And if it's like,
no, I'm just saying.
And I didn't buy and I didn't like the whole Alaska Pops arc thing they tried to do. I didn't really get what she was. I didn't buy her crying at all. It seemed like really fake.
And she's like meditating.
We were saying before, it's like when kids cry, but there aren't any tears. It's just the voices are cracky, but there's no emotion.
Why I didn't feel like it was genuine. Like I feel like they kind of told her, "I make it more dramatic."
Yeah, it was like, what are you arguing about? Like, oh, I don't think we should hang out together. But the finals now, like, why do you even care at this point? If you're associated with Alaska Tots, you should have cared about that in week 1. Why make it a big issue in the last episode? It's not interesting.
Well, because I think a lot of this episode, in terms of the, like, I edit stuff, but in terms of the dramatic structure, was last week was all about like Alaska's meltdown. Yeah. So this week, especially knowing that Alaska won, and you know the editors know that, it becomes the redemption of Alaska and Alaska as self-aware and reflecting on things, and it was.
But she barely did that.
Yep.
Well, she had that moment where she was letting it affect her, and it's kind of it gets you into her headspace. You can kind of see things from her perspective and why that meant a lot to her.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I suppose for me, she didn't really redeem her. I think if I hadn't seen the music video, I don't know if she would have been redeemed to me just from the episode alone.
It was not necessarily redemption, but at least to know she's like, you know what? I know that this Alaska Talks thing has definitely affected the way the voting went throughout the entire season, and
no,
I don't like it. I don't like that idea that I didn't get here on my own merits because I've been so good and I am so close, and it was this one slip up, and it went. You got the reasons if you didn't get necessarily the emotion that went along.
Yeah.
I feel like if like Alaska didn't have her, moment of, oh, I'm vulnerable, because she's been slaying the whole way through, right? I feel like if they kept it like that and then she won this one or she was safe or whatever, then it would have been so like, okay, she obviously won. So like if they didn't give her like a weak moment, it probably would seem like.
Yeah, I mean they had to kind of sow that seed of like maybe it'd be Katya, and that was the whole like.
Yeah, like they knew like let's have the people think that there might be another winner, even though we have a winner.
Yeah, the whole let's bring up Jinx thing of there was a lovable weirdo, and we saw that last week. They made a thing of that in the preview as if building the tension, but it was always Alaska. Like looking back now, like it was never going to be Katya.
Okay, I'm concerned that we're getting like the queens. I'm concerned that we're getting like the queens like Fifi, who are like it's all editing or whatever. And then, like, one day release that thing that proved like everything that said the thing.
But I would feel like out of all the seasons, I feel like this is the one that's been the most manipulative.
No, I don't think so.
I feel like a lot of it's been very engineered. Like, I loved the episode where Alyssa and Tatiana came back and they got rid of Fifi, but that was a fan edit. That was a fan episode. They did that.
Oh my God. Let me just say this really quick. When I saw them zoom in to Fifi's face when they both stayed, I was like, oh my God, they're doing this on purpose to make her look bad. Because they've never done it before. They've never done a zoom in on the person in the back. Like, so they purposely did that. And in a way, I know that it's like, they got to make TV, right? So. Yeah.
And they got away with it because no one likes Fifi, so it was no one really cared.
No, it's not about getting away with it. Let's say what you're saying, Omar.
I don't know. I was just saying now Fifi wants to quit drag and like she's getting death threats again, and I don't know. Like apparently,
that's the other.
No, don't quit drag. Just stop being a dick.
Yeah,
like, it's not
hard. Her inner bitch.
You're a bitch. You're great. You have great looks. Do your cosplay shit. It looks good.
Yeah.
Not being a horrible person.
But what I was going to say about zooming, zooming in and Fifi thing is that like she made it all about her anyway, so it's fair enough edited it that way because like. She made it the Fifi show anyway. So.
I found it a bit uncomfortable. I felt a bit like,
look,
we've made her the villain and now let's get rid of her. And it was a fan episode. They knew that.
So contrived. I agree.
What's going on with you two? You two starting your own damn channel.
I'm with him.
She said the things that she said though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely, but I still feel like out of every season, this is the one where I feel like this is predictable. I know exactly where it's going. And I've not felt like that with any other season of it.
What do you reckon?
I mean, out of every season, this is the season that has most entertained me, so I can't be mad at it.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I've loved this season. It's been brilliant because they're all at the top of their game and they're great, great girls and doing what they do best. I just didn't find it that genuine.
Grant, what did you think about the interview? Well, I don't know if you're going to go to that part next.
What interviews in the podcast?
With her podcast thing, you know how she interviewed them.
I didn't really get that. It was weird. I didn't really write much down for that. I didn't really think there's like much really happened during that. It's just a bit pointless. I
quite liked it.
It wasn't pointless, Grant, because of selfieonstick.com.
Oh yeah, selfieonstick.com.
Yeah.
I bought 4.
You can put the caption up and get money.
Yeah, exactly. What did you think? What did you think?
I just thought RuPaul looked so beautiful.
Oh god, I should never have asked you. Okay, Omar, what do you think?
I just thought that it was all great, but like, why did they have to tell Alaska, or what do you think about Alaska talks? And like, I felt like that was a little too fake. Like, it just wasn't real. Like, RuPaul had her questions that the producers or whatever told her, all right, ask her this and ask her this and ask her this. It wasn't genuine. Like before, she sat down and she gave them their little jelly bean or whatever. You know, like they actually talked. And this one, it was more of like, what do you think? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just didn't feel real.
It was odd. It was an odd segment.
But it's also like it's something that this season kind of lacked as a whole is that desperation that people have, like that hunger and the self-doubt and everything. Like, I mean, other than obviously with
Fifi.
Fifi a little bit, but Adore at the start. Like, it seemed like everyone kind of knew the deal going into it. Like, they all knew how this was going to play out, and they all felt really confident, and it was clear that they all respected one another, you know, even with the ups and downs that people had. It just, everyone seemed to have a lot more confidence. Like, I know I can do this. I like these other girls. Like, genuinely, I think everyone there liked one another.
Yeah.
And it lacked that, you know, just that edge that the other seasons have, where it's fighting to make a name for yourself. And I found it really great to watch because I don't need, drama and terror and self-conscious to keep watching. I love watching people who are good at what they do.
Maybe why we didn't really like today's episode, because actually they tried to make the drama out of it. It's like, we love these guys. I want to see them making dresses and doing positive stuff. I don't want to see them fighting and talking about Alaska tops again.
I agree. I feel like they should have excluded drama from this season and then just showed, which they did show talent, but they should have just shown more unity, and instead of just some fighting and bickering, that was pointless.
Yeah, and there was more of it as the season came to an end. At the beginning, for maybe the first 5 episodes, it was very much like, we don't like doing the elimination. There's lots of talent, and then the last 2 or 3 weeks, it's got a little bit like
bitching and
for no reason. They're great. There's other more entertaining things we could have had.
Grant doesn't agree. He's like, oh.
I agree. I agree with what you just said, Dan, but I don't agree beforehand because, like, I don't know the Fifi drama. You can't just exclude it. If she's acting the way she's acting, you can't just cut it all out.
No, I'm not even saying that. I think that was a weird episode. I'm more like the
last episode. It's building up, so you can't that's one of the first episodes that bitchy bits in it because Fifi was creating them. So you can't just cut them out and then. I don't know. Do you see what I'm saying?
I kind of discount Fifi from everything. Like she's
she was like a major part of the season.
Because we're talking about her being likable and nice, and she's just not.
Yeah, true. But I'm saying she was a big part of the season generally. A lot of people are talking about her and creating buzz about the show because of her and everything. So
yeah,
and like Adora's drama as well. Well, that's sad drama, but you couldn't cut it out. Like she was there, she left. So
just don't. Yeah, okay. Maybe I just felt less manipulated by it in the early days. It was just the last few weeks. It's just been a bit.
I understand. So I do agree with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's because everyone did like one another. You have to work extra hard to put in those bits of like you can't. As much as I love watching good people do what they do, you're gonna be so happy all the time. And shout out to Braden who's watching.
Oh, fun. It's Braden watching. How excited!
I disagree with all of you. I think you're all insane.
What's your fan?
Oh, really?
Where's my fan?
No, speak up. Yes. What do you think? Tell us. What do you think?
I think this is my favorite show. I think this is my favorite season. I think it's a perfect balance of drama and talent and cuntiness, and I love.
I like it too. Yeah, we all definitely are.
We're talking like major fans of the show. We all love it to bits. Yeah. We're being super critical because we've got an hour to talk about it.
But on that note, though, that's the thing. Is I think we're all in the same boat as we didn't really like All Stars 1. Like I found it difficult to watch because they all. Did you?
I didn't like the whole pairs thing. I was like, I don't want them to be competing.
But there was genuine tension between them all, and that made it difficult. Like I didn't really enjoy watching it. It wasn't fun for me. Whereas this time, despite the fact that there was drama, they all still genuinely really liked each other and respected each other. So it was still like it had the fun element to it for me.
And the contestants were better as well, I think. These were true All-Stars. Like there were like 2 or 3 from season 1.
Yeah, true. But the atmosphere
filmed on someone's camcorder or webcam. Or
yeah, I know.
No, I really like. All Stars season 1 had my favorite moment in Drag Race history, which was the lip sync off between Raven and Jujubee.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That was real.
That was real.
That was epic.
Yeah. True. But just the overall atmosphere, though, I felt it was a lot better for All Stars 2.
The only one that I think shouldn't have been there was Coco, but they needed a girl to go home first. So
Filler Queen. Yeah, but she replaced Laganja, right? Because Laganja was supposed to be there, but then she.
True. I thought Alyssa replaced Laganja.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think Coco was ever supposed to be there.
Yeah. I'm glad Laganja didn't go on because they probably would have made her look evil too.
Chat is saying, well, Braden's saying Braden is saying that it's Braden. Also, the lip syncs were far worse because it removed that desperation from the bottom queens.
Yeah,
okay. And then Redex was saying that they liked those lip syncs. What did you think about lip syncs?
Bear in mind that they were going to get $10,000. I agree. There wasn't as much fight.
I agree.
If there was $10,000, I'd be like,
I'd be on the floor doing splits even if I couldn't do a split.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
Break my pelvis.
But then you have to send someone home.
Yeah.
Who cares?
If I win this, I'm gonna have to.
I would say everyone home. I would send everyone home.
But that's the thing, though. But the thing is, we're people living in squalor, but whereas the queens get like 10k a gig, don't they? So like to them, it's nothing.
It's all about you. I ain't living in squalor.
What?
I just said I've been to all your houses.
To be honest,
I just have my bedroom wallpaper.
So just toilet working
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, nice one.
I mean, speaking of, I guess, money, I've read that Alaska is the highest paid drag star from the show.
Not surprising.
Apparently, but so people are like, she doesn't need the money, but she doesn't care about the money. I'm sure she just wants the title.
This is something we were talking about before, is like how much we think her wanting to win was about Sharon. Because there's got to be there's got to be a little bit of competition.
Yeah,
definitely.
I'm sure she's a little happy that, yes, I got my moment.
But what do you think though? So who's like the overall winner out of those two? Because Sharon won a standard season and
Alaska
All Stars.
Alaska's doing way better than Sharon.
But I mean, in terms of her winning All Stars and Sharon just winning season 4, what do you think is like a better crown to have?
I don't think you can compare them. It's just different. Like, I mean, in general, I feel like Alaska's just doing better. She has a more fan base.
Yeah, and does more
that's
with
true.
it. And
not as much as Adore. Adore's #1, but
is she more than Alaska?
Yeah, Adore's doing. Yes, totally.
I'm surprised. That's cool. So let's carry on with the episode because we keep going off on tangents.
Yeah.
So I can't remember which bit it was, whether it was Alaska's rap or the interview. But I said she's trying to suck up to RuPaul because she said that she should be able to make fun of gender. And obviously that's been like a big issue with the show and like transgender people.
Oh, I didn't
notice
really.
that.
I think it's in the interview. Oh, that was it. It was an interview. She's like, if I win, I'm gonna.
I don't know if she was coming for RuPaul there.
They're sucking up to her. She's like, I'm gonna make it so people can make fun of gender.
Oh.
I think that was really calculated.
She-male stuff.
Yeah, all that sort of stuff. And like other contestants have come out and said we're not happy with the way Ruth treated gender stuff.
I feel like Alaska has always been quite vocal about this. It's not just about RuPaul. She's very much like a feminist, and she's very engaged in that kind of issue, and I think that goes beyond the show.
It's just like a calculated thing to say to me. Like she thought about it.
I really don't think that was what Alaska was referring to at all. Because she was like, if I win, I want to create a space where we can play around with gender a lot more and being like that. And then I think this was almost like an editing thing and a separate thought. She was like, I think if we can all have, laugh more about it and have more fun. Because at the moment, discussion of those issues and spaces are, I guess, very full with they're tense discussions and they get a lot of anger up and a defensive. So creating a space like that is positive, that is fun, that is celebrating that. I think that's what she was going for rather than referencing that.
And actually, it's kind of why I like Alaska, because she's kind of, her drag isn't even female impersonation. It's just a character that isn't even alien. And actually, it kind of takes that heat out of the argument that drag is about taking the piss out of women or transgender men or transgender women. It's that it transcends that now. It's something else.
Oh, and like you're saying in chat as well, that if Rex was saying if Sharon wasn't on season 4, then drag wouldn't be where it is today.
Yeah, it's sort of the start of that. That Sharon Needles wasn't, when you think about it, a woman. It was a character. It's a cartoonish creation that. I think
completely true. Okay, well, that was that.
Yeah, Jacob.
Okay, well done.
Jacob throwing in as well that Alaska is a huge promoter of social activism, and Alyssa as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. I respect them both, but I just was wondering whether that particular. Again, it could have been editing, though. So
no, Grant,
I stand corrected. I'm wrong. Fine, I stand corrected.
You're wrong.
I formally apologise to everyone. Right.
This isn't the internet.
Get him out of his house.
Okay.
Someone is being wrong.
Next point, everyone. Derailing the show. I said, "Is AB a rapper?" Why is AB? Why is AB?
He was the producer.
But he was like coaching for Rap Challenge.
Yeah,
what's up with these tight little jumpsuits?
I didn't.
Did he rap in it though?
Yeah.
I never listened to the song.
Like it's catchy, but that's not music. I'm sorry.
Okay, sorry everyone. Next point.
Well-renowned rapper AB Sode.
That's what I was thinking. It's like, is that Kanye? Is it Kanye though?
Probably not.
No.
Could you imagine?
Insulted the artist.
Probably
Could
no.
you
Sorry,
imagine?
AB, I love you.
Could you imagine Kanye on Drag Race?
I would love it. I bet he would love it. Genuinely,
I
he'd love
bet
it.
he'd love it. He'd love every second of it.
I
I
can't
think he would
actually.
want to be a
That'd be
drag
good.
and win.
Oh, he would win. Okay, next thing I put was the dance routine seemed more like an acrobatics routine to me.
I loved it.
I loved it. No, I loved
great.
it. Oh.
Sorry. Yeah, I thought it was really good.
So
I think there were obviously
aggressive.
some bits better. And I actually thought Katya's was the best.
Katya's was
Because it was more of an acrobatics routine.
I think
that's
Katya
what I'm
won
saying.
that challenge. If that was the
She
final
did.
one,
Yeah.
only judged on that.
100%.
Katya's won. I think Alaska won on the whole series, which is fair enough. But I do think Katya was
I
the
totally
best,
agree.
and I loved her rap, and I loved her character. Whenever she
Oh my god, yeah. It was especially that it was in Russian. That was just like, because the one thing that Katya said that she wished she did more in season 7 was do more of a Russian vibe. Because the only Russian she did was in the intro when she came in.
Yeah.
That's her thing. That's her aesthetic. You know?
Totally.
This time around, she totally went Russian most of the things. That was cool.
Yeah, totally agree. That's what, jumping ahead a little bit, that's one of the notes I wrote down as well, is that one of the most powerful moments of the episode for me was she was giving her speech at the end and she sort of connected her Russian character with her own personality. Like she linked the two together.
And she broke into her American voice.
And she like went back between the two, like when she went back into Russian at the end. I'm like, that was really awesome because you're incorporating it fully into yourself and you're putting yourself out there, being more vulnerable. It's a really good moment.
And then when she got emotional, I literally was like this, like that. I felt it. Like it felt real. Like it really felt real.
Did you not feel that way when RuPaul choked up?
Oh god, that was terrible.
No, that was so fake. That was like so fake. I didn't know.
Like, there's been a lot of Fifi said it. I don't know if Fifi's biased, but there has been talk that Ru doesn't really interact that much with the contestants.
They don't. She doesn't have.
Like,
No,
they've always said that. All the contestants have always said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
he's
they do.
invested. This is his baby. He's definitely invested, but he's old.
There was that. Did
He needs to go to sleep.
you guys see when he was interviewing Roxy on the podcast, and he's like, "You're from I forgot what season it was." Like he honestly didn't even remember who she was, what season. Like, he was just like, whatever.
No.
Yeah, but they're my memory as well, though. Like, if you've got bad memory, you can't help it.
Don't excuse.
I'm trying to
That's all right. It makes me sad that he doesn't know them. Like I wanted to be like best friends with them, and it's not.
Actually, I do genuinely feel like we know far more about the show than he does.
Yeah,
Like we're like the fans
absolutely.
are like far more into it than he is.
Yeah.
He's got more important things to worry about, and we don't.
Yeah, true story.
Plus we live in squalor.
Sorry,
I mean, he's doing it right. He got the Emmy, so he's doing something right.
Yeah.
I think Ru has been in the media game like decades and is very, very savvy, and I think surrounds himself with people that he knows and that he trusts. But I fully, personally, I reckon he's got his hands in everything. He knows
Yeah, he does.
he knows what's going on.
Yeah.
I don't think he's ignorant at all of anything.
No.
I
He
think
knows what sells.
he plays that up as kind of the disconnected character when he's on camera, but I would say he's
He's
very well versed behind the scenes.
I feel like as in like the competition, the final say, it's always his. It's his baby, and he has so much invested in it.
Yeah.
So I don't think he would just leave it all with some in a team's hand.
So do you think his reaction to Alyssa going home was genuine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good because that means
He loves Alyssa.
This is good because that means that we do think that he doesn't have total control, and we do, and that the girls are allowed to stay home.
I agree.
But would he have allowed Alaska to be sent home? I don't know. Like that last week, they could easily have got rid of Alaska. So if they'd done it, would he have said,
No.
no fucking way you're getting rid of Alaska?
Maybe that's
She's
what
the
happened.
winner."
Maybe it's conspiracy. Maybe the producers, or maybe Alaska did get sent home.
Someone probably picked Alaska's lipstick and they just pulled it out of her bra and put some other one in there. You know what I mean? Go with it. Go with it. Go with it.
She's like whole big speech. It's just like the wrong name comes out.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do everyone think of Ru's look?
I didn't get what the big bump was. I think we said this during the episode. There was a huge thing on the side. Like
Yeah.
an
I like the hair. It was very Katya-like, so I was hoping that, we got the same hair, you'll win.
big bigger.
But the dress was giving me Big Bird confusion. Like I didn't get what was going on.
It was all It was interesting.
I mean, she looked good.
We're talking about dresses
with fashion.
No, we got to this point last
fashion.
week, and I was like, she had pretty hair.
Dad, you nailed it. Don't put yourself down like that. So like the raps in. So we covered Alaska's already. We all loved Alaska's rap.
Yeah.
Who was next?
Detox.
Alaska was first. Alaska was first.
Yeah,
right?
then
Yeah.
Detox.
Detox then.
I thought
Detox
Detox.
really good.
Detox is.
I think she did really good.
Yeah, so it's like again, I'm not sure whether it's like my TV being better out of sync or something, but it seemed like lip syncing wasn't 100% on to
I
me.
thought that she was a
I
bit.
thought that as well.
She was doing that detox thing where she just kind of goes with her big lips, and
You do that quite a lot as well.
Like that, yeah.
Always wondered
Yeah.
why.
Well, she is Detox raps a lot, right, on the DWV
Yeah.
stuff. So that was her home turf. I think she did really, really well.
Yeah, but the rapping's never been my number one fave. Too controversial.
How dare
Silence,
you?
like how rude.
How?
God.
Okay, what did you think, Omar?
About
Like the actual lip syncing, her lip syncing it.
to be honest, when she was doing her rapping bit, I didn't focus on if she was going with the words. I was just impressed with the overall performance, the choreography, as they called it.
Yeah.
It was cool. I mean, I was listening more to like what she was saying, and I actually enjoyed it. That kind of got me a little like, oh crap, maybe Detox might win for a second.
She gave me a bit of like K-pop vibe as well with the hair and
I
stuff.
love the look. The look was
Which
super
I,
cool.
like it was. Yeah, it was super like girl group, so I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think on the series, like she was a solid third. Like she was always going to be second after Katya and last.
Like at the end of the whole performance, when they're all together, she looked like she was like the Beyonce of the four, like the main one.
Well, Detox.
She performed it. It's because she performed it well. She had the
I don't know about
confidence.
that.
Look wise, like she stood out.
Oh, looks like okay.
She was in the middle. She was like tall. Like it just seemed like she was the.
Yeah. Okay. I'll take that.
But like, can I just say, like with Roxy, like it felt like a mum and dad have got like 3 really gifted children, and another child is like,
no,
that's good. And they were
That's
just
Roxy.
they were really trying to be nice.
God.
And like, she looks dreadful. That outfit was like this, like
I saw.
sock.
Okay, true story. Yesterday.
That way she was up at the bus stop because she.
This is a true story. Yesterday, I was looking out my window. I was looking at my window at the bus stop all day. I watched Dan walk past and spit on it. Say Roxy's name. It's absolutely disgusting behaviour.
You need to do other things with
I
it.
feel like I'm an episode of Untugged. Like
So
my cocktail.
They were like doing that thing that they always do it in the final when they don't make any critique. They don't say anything negative, which is totally fine. But I just thought I just thought her look was awful.
Which one? The rap look?
The rap look.
I was like
all in one.
She was
weird
feeling her
thing.
Britney fantasy.
It was all hair. It was just all hair. Just
yeah, it's horrible.
It was Britney, right? It was like that. What's that thing? She wanted toxic.
Fringe?
Like this is like a bejeweled skin color thing with the hair and the hair.
Did it
and
have
like,
jewels? It looked like a tight that she kind of.
was
I don't know what.
it was like a wannabe Britney Spears and toxic video look.
Yeah, that's what I was getting. But I think that's what she's trying to sell, and I bought
But
it.
it didn't work.
No, I took,
Yeah, I like
I
that.
took it. I took it back.
Omar, did you say? Omar, did you like broke me up? You're gonna feel on broke there. Omar, did you say you didn't buy it?
I didn't feel her look. I feel like she did better last season for her season.
Yeah. I agree. I actually think
She focused way too much on her redemption and not being a bitch that she kind of forgot that she has to perform and look good.
Bring it.
I don't know. I think for Roxy, she did really well. Like she was never going to be great
She
at that
just looked
challenge.
a bit
She was
apologetic.
at the bottom like 20 times. How is that? How is that good?
Oh my god! Everyone's. I feel very attacked right now at my home.
Your own squalor.
No, but she didn't want to be. She should have got kicked off like earlier on. She didn't want to be here. She seemed defeated, which is
I
fair.
really felt that. She seemed quite sad like the last 3 weeks.
That's what I mean, but that's
And
exactly.
really like gone into the background.
It wasn't
like,
a choice.
But then she should have said last week, I'm just going to bow out, actually detox. like, this is ridiculous, I'm going to go. That would have been such a good redemption.
No, because people would have hated her.
That's your redemption.
No, because people would have hated her for being like, they would have.
They'd have been like,
if I were her, I wouldn't do that because hey, if I still have a chance to win 100,000, all right.
As well, you want as much screen time as possible. It's your career, for your life.
I don't know. I think she would have been a lot more well regarded if she spelled out and let Alyssa be.
You hate her way too much.
I just don't get her. Like, I don't find anything about
She's
Roxy
beautiful. She's gorgeous. Her looks amazing.
But so here's my thing. I don't think any of it was like I feel like Hayes Braden is saying in the chat, she's only on the bottom so much because the competition was so much higher. Like in a regular season, Roxy would be blowing the competition out of the water.
Yeah.
But I also feel like she didn't focus on that redemption story. Like I'd completely forgotten all the drama in season 5 it was until they mentioned it a couple of weeks ago. And then I'm like, oh yeah, that's kind of right. But she was carried through by the Alaska Talks thing, but she didn't ask to be. Like one week she was pretty much, I completely understand, do whatever you got to do. And then they sent home Tatiana, I think it was.
Yeah, exactly. She pretty much asked to
go one question once you're done.
Oh, sorry. She definitely had that moment, like an episode or two, where she was like, I just don't know what I'm doing here. Like I'm spiraling out of control. But I think by the end, she was just kind of like, you know what? They're keeping me here because they think I deserve to be here. I know that I'm good. I know I'm not the best. I got the understanding she knew she wasn't the best, but she wasn't going to like wallow in it. She was like, I'm going to go out. I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to, be fun. I'm going to have a lot of respect for that.
Okay, sorry, go on.
I was just going to ask you guys, because do you like the fact that they have to vote each other off? Do you like that change? Because I heard from rumors that they're going to do that in season 9.
Ooh.
That they're no, I'm not even joking. That you know how Reddit knows a lot of stuff.
Everything.
They know a lot of stuff. I keep reading here and there that they're going to implement that in season 9 somehow, where Ru has some sort of a say, but then at the end of the day, it's.
I liked it for this season. I think it worked because All Stars is different, but I kind of like.
I don't like that. I did not like that one bit. Like I'm not. I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm not a fan of. I want it to be like RuPaul sending the one that she thinks, because then.
Well, Ru's never really had like a huge. There's never been a huge upset when Ru sent someone home, right?
Exactly.
I say that and not having seen,
Ben de la Creme
in season 6.
There's a few. There's been
Trixie
two.
the first time.
It's been two. That was done before, like to bring it back.
Yeah, but then there's
always one per series where Ru makes a really weird decision.
But again,
like,
she could be doing that
where did
purposely.
that come from?
But then this season was like, and not Roxy is leaving, and not Roxy is leaving, and not Roxy is leaving. I wonder actually if they would potentially ever consider doing the reverse, where all of the queens decide who's in the bottom 2, and then
that's
Ru
what I
chooses.
thought was going to happen initially.
Rather than Ru doing it, and plus it allowed then that weird, annoying thing where Ru was like, "Oh, there's a bottom 2 this week. Oh, there's a bottom 3 this week." Like every week it changed.
Oh my god, yeah, that was so weird. Like, there was one part where there's one person that's safe, and then there's no one safe, and then 2 people were safe. It was just so like there wasn't a structured thing.
Last week, there's no way that who went last week? Alyssa wouldn't have been bottom 2 last week. Was Alaska and Roxy, and it would have been an easy choice.
No, Roxy shouldn't have been bottom last week. We talked about it last week.
Alaska, Roxy, and Alyssa were the bottom 3 lot. But
I'm saying I think Roxy would have been safe.
No way.
No. If it was Alaska and Roxy.
Yeah, Alaska did terribly in the challenge.
But Detox wouldn't have sent Alaska home.
Of course not.
Detox would have sent Roxy home, and that's why.
I guess what I was trying to say was that the whole create alliance kind of thing, it just seems too Survivor for me. Like it's like people are now forgetting that who did the best kind of thing. Now they're gonna just send whoever they don't like.
Ru's pretty much always chosen on the best.
What I was going to say is it does add an extra element to the program, which is the queens have to try and endear themselves to each other, which is what I said last week in that I felt like Alaska failed that part of the competition, but then she still won anyway, so I suppose it didn't really matter too much.
Because that bit didn't come out until the end when her friends were still in it, so it didn't matter that she was being hateful.
Even with that,
I mean, regardless, we can't do anything about it. We're going to have to just wait and see what happens, but I wish it would have stayed with the old format. Or I wish they just keep it for this season and for the next one,
Yeah, just all stars. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because plus I missed the Untucked. Like I really wanted a real Untucked.
Yeah,
you know, where they're just waiting to see what happens and stuff.
We got nothing this episode, did we? Did I forget?
Oh, we got some
some footage or something. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
The BTS stuff. Yeah.
I missed the Interior Illusions Lounge.
I know.
Absolute.
Where have the illusions gone?
I missed the big pink box, whatever it's called.
On display.
We're coming up to 9. We have to wrap this up.
No, it's going to be 5 minutes later, I think, anyway. Sorry, we've ordered food, so we might have to like literally just like bounce.
Yeah, a professional TV show.
Yeah, exactly.
We're ending
so
Chinese,
hungry. We think we're going to die.
Yeah,
maybe we should look at the chat for a bit.
Yeah, you're monitoring, are you, Scott?
Yeah, I am. Rex was saying that, I'm sorry if I keep like mispronouncing your handle. That she was saying she/he, whoever is it, hello, that the new way of doing things, like changing how many people were in the bottom and how many people were safe and everything was the way that she and the producers were, having a bit of influence over who was potentially going to go.
Yeah,
on.
I think in a way,
and definitely, 100%. It doesn't. Yeah. She's never going to throw it open to everyone and be like, "Survivor, vote yourselves off," because then it becomes the best go first.
Because actually, when Ru makes a decision, it's harder to manipulate in a weird way because Ru kind of has to make the decision based on the quality. Whereas this way, they can have all this other dynamic going on of like this person lost because there's an alliance and da 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 da. Weirdly enough, by allowing other people to make decisions, it makes it more manipulable. If that's the word. What's the word?
That's the one.
Yeah, manipulatable.
Manipulative.
Because Ru can't really get away with it. And when she's had, like with Ben Della Crown, like it sticks. People remember it of like, why did you send home that person? They clearly.
Same thing with Trixie. Uproar about. That was the first ever justice for Trixie. Justice hashtag. I was so like, what?
Who got sent home with Trixie? Who did Trixie get sent home?
Pearl.
Oh.
Trixie and Pearl.
Pearl definitely should stay though.
Was that season 7?
That was season 7. Yeah. That was before Trixie came back.
I haven't seen a lot of season 7.
Oh.
Or any of
I love you, Pearl.
And that was before Trixie came back.
Legit love you. Hit me up.
It's the first time. Yeah. Okay.
What's next on our list?
Sorry, my writing's getting worse and worse. I was keeping watching. I can't write and watch at the same time. All the raps are good. The only part which wasn't good, as someone said in chat, is Roxy's singing part of the rap. But the actual rap part, like the first half, was good.
Yeah.
Which again, I was surprised by. You didn't expect Roxy's like rap to be good, but it was the first half.
We already know you're Team Roxy, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Team Roxy.
I'm just gonna sit here and be really quiet.
See you at the bus stop.
You can't really be a Roxy fan. You're already laughing.
Yeah, good point.
Laughing about her abandonment.
Sorry. Yeah, no, fair.
Spent a lot of time laughing at Roxy.
I can't get over when Katya made fun of that. Oh, that was hilarious.
It was so good. My favorite all-time moment. So okay, on to looks then. So the final looks. I put for Alaska's look meh.
Yeah, it was really, really pedestrian.
Yeah, super bored.
I actually thought she looked gorgeous.
But then
Serious?
I love that she smeared all over herself in the lip sync, and then it kind of
I
changed
thought
the vibe a bit.
that made it even more perfect.
Yeah, that did.
Yeah.
I think
When she did that, I was like, she won. She won.
Yeah.
She was rounding out a little bit more of her looks because she's been
was it
so
done well,
very,
though?
very out there, and then it was very Mae West. It was very Hollywood glam. It'd be like,
Yeah.
because they read Sharon Needles in her season a lot for being like, can you do glamour as well as the crazy thing? And Alaska was like, I am everything.
But do you think she did it successfully?
Yeah, I thought she looked great.
Me too.
I
was fine.
I hit that.
Yeah, but you do it anyway. Yeah, but I thought it was. What do you think, Omar?
It was very on point, on fleek, as the gays would say. I'm just kidding. No, yeah, it was great. She looked great. I like the hair. I like that it wasn't just like a hair with a nest on top. Like it was just like average, like pretty good, glamorous.
Yeah. I'd rate it average.
Like
Detoxes. What do you think of detoxes?
I loved hers. She looked like a little fairy princess thing. It looked different. Like it's not like she came out in like an '80s inspired look, all grunge. Like she looked pretty. She looked pretty. I liked it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
But like a little yes. She's just like yes.
Yes.
No, yes.
Okay, a little yeah. Okay. All right. That's it all.
She's like,
do the family at the same time.
Yeah.
Scott,
for
detoxes.
detoxes. Look, yeah, I did. The thing was she had really black eyes. Like everything else was so soft and pink and skin tony and all kind of blended together. And then she had like almost like raven eyes.
That's the
Not
thing.
like crow.
Not like raven.
Like
That was
bird eyes. Like you could see this little hint of something under there.
But that was evil, pure evil. That's what that's the note I wrote as well. She's like, "Oh, I'm giving you like super soft today." I was like, like makeup wise, it wasn't for me. Like the contouring was harsh, the eyes and stuff, like you're saying. I don't know, like
I can't imagine Detox doing soft anyway.
That's what I mean,
Her
it wasn't-
face isn't soft, so it's hard anyway. Like, play to your strengths.
right. Do you want a fan?
I don't know. I feel like if she would have had like a black lip, it would have been awesome. Like, damn, it's different.
Yeah,
She gives that little twist.
I agree with that. I like. What do you think Katya's look, everyone?
I liked it.
Yeah, it was
I
pretty standard Katya again. Like,
Yeah.
It was. I kind of agreed with Michelle a little bit in that look, kind of the wide out waist and everything was important to do, but I think it needed like 10% more or something just to
Hit the floor.
not necessarily the length or anything like that, but just it was like from the neck down, it was all the one color, it was all the one thing.
Okay.
So maybe something to break it up, or maybe it needed to be bigger or something, and it needed to maybe go a little bit more Russian monarchy than.
I agree. I feel like it could have been a little bit lower, just a little bit.
Yeah, I agree.
That's just getting nitpicky because I agree. One of the judges said that because it's a little off, it's totally Katya. You know?
Yeah, like
And-
little things to kind of hide it wasn't completely even and hemispherical and balanced.
Katya.
What I'm surprised she's never done, and I don't think she's ever done it, is a Russian doll.
Oh, that'd be
Like, with the
awesome.
big lips and like, it would have been really
What a
cool.
good
Like,
idea.
and a big round dress.
You should tweet her.
I'm really surprised she hasn't done that. That would have been a
Tweet
great
her
last
now.
album.
Tweet her. Anyway, what I was going to say is, to me, it looked like that Princess Layla. What's her name? What's her name? Leia. Leia. That's it. So I was thinking
Princess
Layla McQueen. Layla McQueen. Sorry.
Where?
But no. Yes, I haven't finished.
Layla McQueen, who's that?
That Princess Leia look she did before, like the big black buns and like the massive dress. Like it looked like a good version of that to me.
Yeah.
Like the dress is really similar, but like a way better version.
Why you saved that?
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome, everyone.
I just thought her tits were hot.
Yeah. Connor said that the skirt was weird, but that's what made it work.
Yeah.
Without the skirt, it would have been nothing.
If that whole outfit was on another queen, it would be like, oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I loved
feel
it
that.
from the waist up as well. Like I thought everything was. She always does that really severe kind of face, and I love the kind of glam and the Russian thing. It
she
just
looks-
needed like maybe a trim or something, or maybe like a belt or something, or a waist thing.
Santino.
Or an accordion.
What do you know about
What
fashion?
happened to Santino?
Yeah, an accordion. Bust an accordion out and start playing. That would be hilarious.
That would have been fun.
Oh, an accordion would be amazing.
That would be cool. That's the point. We need a What Happened to Santino episode next season.
I'm
Why
sure
not?
everybody know. It feels like an
Just-
elephant in the room because he was there for every single episode, and then all of a sudden he wasn't.
Yeah, I think
Was
like
And I've never done any
Is
digging
he there
into
for every
why.
single episode? As in for all
I
stuff?
don't even remember.
No,
Oh.
Santino Rice hasn't been in it the last couple of seasons.
No,
Wasn't
you've
he-
got-
wasn't he in it like
That's the topic, though.
I can't remember.
Well, he's been in it recently. Anyway,
No,
when
he's
I
not been in it
season
recently,
7.
no.
I watched season 7.
you've watched more
Yeah,
recently.
he
so you're getting them
visited.
mixed
He
up.
visited on season 7.
Yeah,
just for
see,
one
he wasn't in all
episode.
stars.
Flirting with Violet.
Yeah, him and Violet had
Oh,
some flirt.
interesting.
He's Michelle killed him. That's a fact. That's a
This is on video. You
Search
can't
it.
say shit like that.
Awesome. Sorry, Roxy's look was. I loved Roxy's look. That's it. Everyone else?
Oh yeah.
Team
Oh
Roxy.
my god!
Oh,
Everything
okay.
I want to be in my life.
Go on, Dan. Don't be shy.
I still feel like it's
Hair. I liked her short hair. Wasn't it like short and white and like close
Violet.
to
Here's like a better version of Violet.
Oh my god! Okay, I'm not getting.
What?
Violet from which season?
Ooh.
Ooh.
No, I haven't seen.
one. Oh, you haven't seen that. That's
I haven't
fine,
seen season
Oh,
7.
yes.
okay.
What? You haven't seen season 7?
Okay.
You better get on it.
Good.
I left Canada. I left Canada and my means to watch it without region blocking.
Oh
Fair.
no!
I still felt like it was like that scene from Mean Girls where Katie goes up on stage and it's like, you look really pretty. and she throws her a bit of a crown. Like they were just being nice to Roxy because she.
But what
was
she
like,
didn't like her look.
No, I didn't
Loved
get
it.
I
Her
just
look was
thought-
epic.
She
Loved
looked
it.
amazing.
I think maybe it was the best look, just generally in terms of like what she was presenting. Like
Sorry, I'm
overall-
maybe watching it like a total like
It's beautiful.
You're
Beautiful,
blind to
different.
beauty.
Omar,
close.
Omar, you can be the decider.
Love the.
To be honest, I don't even remember what her outfit looked like.
There we go.
I'm not
Oh!
even joking. I'm not even joking. Like honestly, don't remember what her outfit looked like. I remember her hair and that she was well beat. She looked good, but I don't remember her outfit. Was it like a skin tight one?
It was the flesh colored, semi transparent / transparent.
So that's the one that
on it.
it looked like she performed in that though. It looked the same.
No, it was
looked
different.
similar, but
It was
yeah,
similar.
That's why maybe I was confused because I don't remember her in like something.
Check it out.
When you think about how different like Alaska's, like she was like a punk drag smurf, and then she turned into like a glamour person.
Yeah.
Oh, damn! But she didn't like execute it. She wasn't like the most glamorous thing ever, whereas Roxy was.
What's this love for
I love
Roxy?
Roxy.
Roxy Andrews.
Roxy, I love you.
Like I always feel annoyed getting angry about it because
I
she's so
know.
like.
Well, she obviously just was like, all right, top 3, Roxy, bye. Let's like, you're finally. Like, Ru was like, okay, leave. Like it was so quick.
Roxy knew it though. You can tell by her speech. She wasn't like, I deserve this. I'm definitely gonna win. Fuck you, other bitches. Joey, she's like, you choose any of these other girls. They're all awesome. Like,
But please.
But I really want the crown.
yeah, but also I'd like the crown too. You know, peace out. Do you know what I mean?
But no,
It's like, yeah.
Like, you imagine if Ru actually was like, I'm surprised you're still here. Sashay away. Like,
Yeah. It was a bit like that, though, wasn't it?
yeah, like
it was.
very good, but
It was.
I think that's the best way to handle it, though. It would have been pathetic if she was like crying, like gagging for the crown or whatever, and then she got sent away. She handled it like a really like she had a lot of humility.
Yeah, because she knew, like, come
That's
on,
what I mean,
like,
but she's
she's a human. She must
she's
have
not
just been like-
deluded.
She
Yeah.
must have just been like, oh,
But Fifi would have been
please,
deluded.
let me go.
Yeah, it was
Done.
Could you imagine the bus pull up? She gets on the bus.
the whole season was really, really.
Man in the bus.
God.
They are horrible.
The whole
Connor is like, the shade.
Yeah. If she ever stumbles on this through like a YouTube late night search, then I'm so sorry.
No, you're not.
No.
God, that's
You
the
can
worst part.
tweet at him and he'll read it.
Yay!
Yeah.
No, but this was a really self-aware season. Like as a
Yeah.
whole, everyone knew how it was going.
Apart from Fifi.
Everyone had been through it before. They'd
Yeah,
seen,
Fifi
you
had
know,
no idea.
Yeah, Fifi didn't.
Apart from Fifi. Yeah.
That was good.
Fifi don't know the game at all.
Should we talk about the end where someone had a conspiracy theory about why they felt the need to make it, like to get rid of Roxy? Because they really didn't need to.
Who is
get
that
rid of
someone?
Roxy. I wouldn't want to say, but that person suggested it's because Ru didn't like the rap and didn't want it in her song.
Yeah, because so basically, what someone was saying, an anonymous person, is that, yeah, there's no
There's
no
a
need.
comment on chat.
There was no need. Oh yeah, I
It's
remember that.
me now.
I
because I've
remember
been
that
so
exact
horrible.
comment from Dan. That there was so there's no reason to get rid of Roxy. Like, why couldn't it have just been top 4, or she could take part in lip sync or whatever? But it's just because they wanted to get rid of the rap from the song because it was subpar compared to the others.
Oof.
I think that's fair. Like, fair.
So basically, Ru was like, "You're flat as fuck. Get out."
Yeah, yeah.
You weren't going on my song.
Brutal. Ru is brutal.
No, but I also wonder if that might also have been Ru's kind of like clearly Roxy has continually upset fan favorites, and that was kind of her opportunity to be like,
I'm listening.
"Thank you so much. I really like you for being here. You aren't you aren't consistently performing at the standard
You should have gone
everyone
home
else is
5 weeks ago.
So, like, thank you very much, but I need to kind of acknowledge that."
Someone's saying that Roxy's
Roxy's
part
part
is
is
still in
still
the
in the
song.
song.
Oh, really?
Oh god, that was a mistake.
Wow. That's interesting.
Seems like that comment earlier was
I'm
entirely
gonna buy that song now.
and not to be taken seriously.
What an interesting creative decision. I really
Yeah.
respect it. Can't wait to hear the
So towards the end, when they were going to top 3 lip sync, I honestly thought that they weren't gonna crown the winner. For some reason, I thought they were gonna say, "Now, what do you guys think?" And then next week at the reunion, we'll find out. Like, that's what I honestly thought was gonna happen. But then when I kept hearing that it's the final, I was like, "Oh crap! It's gonna be like All Stars."
Also, I feel like this one's going to disagree with me. but I thought the lip sync song was boring AF.
Oh, it was so boring.
So boring.
Yeah.
No, I liked it.
So these two liked it.
Thank you. Do you know
That was so
what?
boring.
Scott just gets me.
I wanted like I Am What I Am or something like fucking ballsy and loud and showy, and it was just like, and then it ended, and then Alaska won, and then the credits rolled.
Because it was
it was so fast. We didn't have time to process anything. We were like, oh, whoa. Like,
and then we saw Alaska cry.
And that stupid Finding Prince Charming thing comes out, and I'm like, whoa, what? I just like walked out the room all mad, like, ah.
And like Alaska's reaction was a bit like, oh, you're crying. I like want Tyra Sanchez hyperventilated when she won, and it was so good.
Yeah.
It was real. That was real. She almost died.
Yeah, it was brilliant. It was ridiculous. And everything that drag should be. And Alaska kind of tried to do it, but it wasn't real. And then
Same thing with Raja. She started crying, freaking out.
Yeah.
Raja ugly cried.
Well, it's Raja's fault that they don't film it live anymore anyway. It was her ex or something, or boyfriend that's tweeted out the result, and that's what changed the format.
Do you know what? People should not have relationships ever. You guys should break up right now.
Maybe.
Oh god. Let's move on.
No, but for the song was really, you know,
It was
like, you know, if you were my man, if I was your woman, it's like Ru is literally choosing a drag queen to represent her. It's
choose me.
Thematically on point, and it was trying to bring out that emotion. It was trying to bring out the feelings before they got to that.
But it was boring to lip sync to. It all just stood there going like, I can't lip sync, but like,
it was never going to be a Raven Jujubee.
That's what I mean. But
fest.
as a final, as a climax, like that was the climax. That was no climax.
I actually think the climax is going to be next week in the reunion show.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, the
Coco.
Yeah, I know, that's really funny.
Justice for Coco. We have the Coco in chat.
So the reunion show, I assume the reunion show was just recently filmed.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Good. That's
Did
good.
it all go?
That's something to look forward to then, because Fifi hopefully is going to be on it. And
She's refused to go on.
Oh, even better. Oh, it's so fun.
But did the door going on though? That's what I.
In the preview, you could see her kind of crying too.
We need to watch the preview after
A
this.
door.
Yeah, she looked like she was gonna cry or something. She
So
didn't
she goes on it.
huh?
So she does go on it.
Yeah, I saw her in the. They were all there except Fifi.
Oh.
Awesome. But
We
I
haven't
sucks
seen that.
Fifi's not there though.
I want Fifi to be there.
Yeah.
I want to hear her side of
Wasn't
it. And I'm really glad Adore is there as well, because
Yeah.
I know she was tweeting out afterwards that, you know, hey, this was filmed a year ago. Lay off Michelle Visage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I love her. I work with her. It seems like, and again, most seasons have this, that when they're in the season, because they film it all, you know, in a chunk, like really, really fast, that once they've had that time to decompress and reflect and get some perspective and watch things back, when they go to the reunion, they all have so much more to say, and they're really articulate, and they get it. People get it.
Things.
Even
Yeah.
Fifi loves hearing that.
What you just said literally is what Katya's been saying on her. What's it called? RuPaul? Total RuPaul? Because every time she starts that little, which is brilliant, I think it's amazing. She even says, it happened so long ago, I forgot what happened. So let me think what happened. Like, they all forget that it happened.
Yeah, actually, Fifi was quite reflective in her reunion episode, but then they all took her down, and it was just the best TV.
I would
Like,
love
yeah.
if like Fifi just broke into the reunion, like was brought in like Willem did in his season, like just it would have been amazing.
Cutting up, you can see her in the back cutting up wigs.
Oh my god.
They would just cut it out though, out of spite. That reminds me though. So that's what again I really liked in Alaska's song she released today. Like the part of a verse, she says like she respects Adore's decision, and she may have made the same decision if she had received the criticism Adore received. So I'm like, that was a cool thing to say.
Who said that?
In Alaska's song, I'll show you afterwards.
Okay.
I don't think she would have left. No way.
Sorry, say again.
I don't agree. I don't think she would have left.
No, I don't.
There's no way she would have quit, because she's been saying she wants to go on All Stars since she got kicked off.
Yeah, no, I agree. But it's nice of her to like relate to Adore like that though, and like give her a break, because people have been harsh to Adore for leaving. I think a few people. So it was nice of Alaska to be like, no, like it was horrible what happened to her.
I'm just pissed that Adore left them.
Yeah. I like Alaska. I just don't find everything she says to be genuine. It's pretty harsh. I know it sounds really harsh and shade, but that's just how I honestly feel because it's very contrived. She's very contrived, very gimmicky with her flag, and like it just seemed like everything was just like.
And Katya like is so warm as in her day-to-day life, and not as Katya. Yeah. Whereas Alaska, I find her a lot harder to warm to as I forgot the name now.
Person. Like, would you want to hang out with Alaska like a weekend?
Yeah, but I'd want to be friends with Katya.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but I think Alaska even mentioned that in the episode today. She's like, I'm really driven and I'm really focused. And there was the thing a couple of weeks ago where she was talking about, getting clean and getting sober and throwing herself into work. Yeah. And I really respect that. But yeah, she sees it as like a job and a career and it's something that, she's less of a personality. She works really, really hard to get the results that she gets.
But when you think about it, it's like, it's just drag, but they gotta do what they can and pay their bills to get their fans to, you know what I mean? Like they gotta keep the career going because without the show, drag would just be a nightclub thing. But because now it's a career thing, I feel like they gotta do stuff to get paid, to get to sell. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
So I agree. Like Katya, obviously, I would prefer to be friends with Katya, but Alaska is she's smart. She's exciting to see, as she said, and as you remembered, like she was saying that being driven and being so focused sometimes, it doesn't make people like you, but it still makes you intrigued and excited for what's coming next because she's so good. It's kind of like Sherlock. He's an asshole, but he's brilliant.
You're saying Alaska's a new Sherlock?
She solves crimes.
That would be a series that I would watch.
Oh my god, Alaska solves crimes.
I've not seen that show. Sorry.
You know what? I'm actually surprised that more of the queens haven't actually started doing narrative content. I know acting isn't for all of them, but that is something that I'm sure people would watch the hell out of.
Yeah.
I think Katya is definitely a good contender for that. She's a good actress.
Oh, hell yeah. Sorry, rewinding a little bit. In terms of leading up to the crown and that, I feel like Detox's main point was a bit stupid in saying she wants to be queen of the weirdos and.
Oh my god! Thank you for pointing that out.
It's like, have you not met Sharon Needles?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Sharon Needles.
And they're all weirdos to an extent. They're all as gay people, we can kind of have that sense. Detox doesn't own that, and it's never really been that persona.
No, exactly.
I don't think. It's
I feel like she's latching onto something. She's like, oh, I'm gonna, this is what I'm gonna do now.
As if Alaska.
The only reason that she said that was because they were saying that we had one little weirdo from Alaska Talks win season 5, which was Jinx, and so then why did Detox say, oh, I want to be for all the little weirdos out there? It's like, no, you're not Jinx or Katya.
You never will be.
You're not weird. You're just.
Can I throw something out there? And so fully, this may be completely off base, and I know nothing. I am Jon Snow. But when Detox is talking about that, sort of, if you were to meet these people, these drag performers out of drag on the streets, we as a society we judge a lot by how people look. And I feel that Detox, was very open about the fact she's had a lot of plastic surgery. And she was talking today about how at the end of this All-Star season was the first time she felt really comfortable being in her own skin. And I think there's that sense of weirdo, which is not, I am performing as a zany, crazy weirdo, but this, very unconventional appearance and not being happy with the way you look. And that sort of thing. I don't think she was maybe very eloquent. If that was her point that she was trying to make, it might not have been.
It was just the wording. I think just using the word weird when they just said, weird won last season. Yeah, that's just probably what it was.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
Yeah, it would be great to hear more from her because she definitely, like Ru was saying, if she was in charge of a fashion label, that's going to be great. Food's here. How do we wrap this up?
All right.
Omar, you've got anything else to say? Be careful.
Bye, guys.
Any final thoughts, people?
I overall thought that the season was great because the challenges were all great. The queens were great, but the challenges were all amazing. None of them were sewing and You know what I mean? Like, they all brought their stuff. They all didn't have to do any workroom, working and stuff. So the result. The only thing that I just was a little upset was that I already knew kind of who was gonna win. It was just so obvious. Where in other seasons it wasn't. You were still like, who's gonna win? Who's gonna win?
I really wanted a damn ball challenge though. That's the one thing, like the 3 looks.
Yeah, I missed that.
I missed that.
I don't think they had time though.
And then this has been my issue with the whole series: is there's been hardly any workroom. I miss workroom.
Zero.
Yeah, true. We can talk more about the season as a whole.
If you're watching on chat, put your final thoughts in chat, and we'll get to them at the end.
Oh, we should quickly do CUNTs of the week as well. So, so we will charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent to one queen every week, like individually. So, who was everyone's C? Charisma.
Katya.
Oh, sorry, you guys did in the chat as well.
Obviously, Katya.
Your charisma, Katya.
Yeah.
Katya.
Roxy, uniqueness.
Whatever.
No, I'm joking. Uniqueness.
And she's in the final 4.
Yeah. Okay, that's better. That's better.
She was final 3 last time. That's good.
Actually, no, maybe uniqueness detoxes pigtails.
I would go to I would say I was actually thinking detox as well.
I liked Alaska's punk smurf.
But she's done it before though.
Actually,
Maybe it's just the music video I'm thinking of.
yeah. Maybe.
I'm gonna give it to Alaska, but actually for the glamour look.
I gave it to Roxy, so we're on to Nerve.
We could skip
Roxy.
Roxy. Yeah.
But for the nerve of being there.
Exactly.
The nerve of not quitting eating.
Bronze for being alive.
I'll take it.
Talent, I would just say Alaska for the whole series. Like, she has just been great. And maybe that's
Katya.
No, that's
For the
made
challenge.
like a rod for her own back.
This is just this episode.
Yeah, you're talking about this episode, right?
No, I'm having it for the whole series.
No, this is my show.
Oh, he changed.
It's for the episode.
He's done changed again.
Exactly.
Yeah,
For
one
the whole series, we're gonna be able to say everyone was everything because they were.
We do full series final. We get our final CUNTs out next week. Okay,
Right.
for the whole series.
Talent, like Katya's legs, Katya's like
That's what I'm saying.
bendiness.
Yeah,
Like being lifted in the air with your and doing
Katya's
and
groin.
lip syncing and waving.
Katya's groin.
yeah.
That's his rap. I think it was
Yeah.
amazing.
So I say overall, she gets my T.
Hey,
Oh, the tea.
there you go.
Oh,
See,
No,
tea.
actually, I want to give that to Tatiana if we're doing the whole season.
No, we're not doing the whole season yet.
we're doing this episode. I gave it to Amy.
Oh my god, you guys, get your own damn show.
Where's my Chinese?
I give it to
It's behind Grant.
talent to wear that leotard.
Oh yeah, there it is. So that's waiting for us right there. So we all need to go and do that now.
Are you
One of
going to do
those.
final thoughts?
I don't have anything else to say.
Apart
Apart from Team Roxy, always, and Team Coco.
Hang on, then let's do very quickly chat. So I'm going to read it there. Hayes Braden says, just fortunate that the season made a huge stars out of Katya, Alyssa, and Tati. And I think that is the main thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even in Alyssa's season, she was good, but her feud with Coco took over anything that made her shine as an individual.
She didn't know herself.
She was great this
It was
season.
fantastic.
Because she did a dreadful snatch game, and then she did a brilliant snatch game in this series. It was so funny.
And Tatiana, I would love to see more season 1 and 2 queens if there is another All-Star.
I want to go to Katya
Brooks.
No! I'm just not saying Nicole Payne Brooks. No.
Oh, from
No.
Atlanta, Georgia.
No. Not that one. I'll take a different one.
Really quick. Okay, everyone just have one. What's your favorite moment from the whole season? Just right now, really quick.
That's your bus stop joke in the Reading to Phil thing. That's my favourite moment of all time in life.
Yeah,
Mine-
I've watched that over and over. And
Mine,
over.
I forget, was when they did the talent show and they zoomed in on Pork Chop's face up.
Yeah, that was really good.
That was it. That was the best moment. Best.
Nice.
What favorite moments of the whole season?
Yeah, go on. Just quick.
My 2 would either be the performance tonight or the performance where they did Women of Herstory, because it ended and I was like, this is All Stars. There is no one that sucks. There is no one that's insecure. They're all great. They all know they're great. I love seeing this. They're all on top of their game.
And they were all brilliant that week. And poor Ginger was just the worst, best one, or like the best worst one. Whatever it is.
It really was.
It was a great
What
week.
about you, Yes?
My favorite moment was Anastasia Beverly Hills walking into the work.
That was like random.
She's amazing. Okay, she's everything.
She's
Beverly Hills.
Justice for Anastasia.
The makeup lady. With
Couldn't even pronounce her name. Like, oh yeah.
Sorry, justice for her.
Justice for
Wow.
Anastasia.
And Katya's her hair reveal when her little bang came off.
I
Remember
love that.
Oh, that was so good.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
And the teeth.
That was really good. Okay, right. We need to go eat now. So thanks everyone for joining us.
Oh.
Join us next week as well. Omar, are you going to get involved next week? For potential
Yeah,
Why?
totally.
I can't do next week
Dan.
because of Jinx.
Oh, fuck. of
Oh
course.
yeah, we're going to see Jinx.
We're meeting
Monsoon
Jinx
live.
Monsoon next Friday.
Are we
That's
meeting
disgusting.
her?
Get Jinx
Meeting
over. Get Jinx
Get
involved.
Jinx involved. Bring her over.
Yeah, we're doing a meet and greet. So we're meeting her and she's playing Little Edie in Grey Gardens, and then we're meeting her afterwards.
Let's go watch Grey
Amazing.
Gardens. We'll watch Grey Gardens at
Yeah.
some point.
We will.
Nice.
We'll live blog about that.
All right, guys. That was fun.
Oh,
Nice,
yeah.
nice to meet you as well. And bye,
Yeah,
everyone.
hello.
Hi, guys.
Yeah, thanks
Brady was
everyone.
there as well.
See you next week.
Brady
Everyone come back
was
next
here.
week.
Thanks
Oh,
to everyone
go
in
to
the chat.
Omar's channel. Go to Omar's channel.
will.
Here's Omar. I'll link it down below after I've eaten. Give me
Yeah.
like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Right there.
All right, guys.
Bye everyone.
Bye.
Bye.